Hello and welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Wangari Njuguna, and on this channel, we talk about global issues from an African point of view. And today we're talking about AGOA. Is this an opportunity for African countries to grow, or is this just an opportunity to control Africa? Let us get right into it. For starters, I'd love to explain to you what AGOA means. It means African Growth Opportunity Act. It was an act that was formed during President Bill Clinton's regime, and the idea was quite simple. We help African countries to export goods to America without paying heavy taxes. So if you're an African country that produce, for example, tea, coffee, or manufacture goods, you can sell them to America easily. Very good idea. And because the US dollar is very strong, something you can sell here at $100, you can sell it at $500 in the US. And that is why AGOA is very, very important. It has actually created millions and millions of job opportunities. Countries like Kenya, Lesotho, Ethiopia, Ghana, it has benefited a lot from AGOA. But here is the problem. And this is where I feel the problem begins. Recently, President Donald Trump renewed AGOA, and it is for a short time, for 8 months. Initially, AGOA would go for like 2 or 3 years, but now it is just 8 months. So what does this mean for Africa? It is not stable. And I feel that this will keep African countries guessing. It will keep them anxious and it will keep them dependent. And now AGOA is no longer just about trade. It has become about control, because today there's a catch. Politically, the US expects African countries to align with them, do things our way, support who we support, reject who we reject, and our enemies become your enemies. Socially, they also want African countries to align with their beliefs. Take, for example, Uganda. They do not allow same-sex relationships or marriages. But here comes US and says that if you do not allow this, we are cutting you benefits. So what does this mean? It means pressure. And then their resources, gold, diamonds, minerals, oil. America wants access, and AGOA becomes a bargaining chip. Let me give you an example. South Africa. There's a point the US threatened to remove South Africa from AGOA. They actually imposed 30% tariffs on some imports. Why? Because they wanted political alignment. They told South Africa that you have to distance yourself from Russia, from China. They wanted trade concessions, and they used AGOA as leverage. This and many more examples, they tell us something very important, that AGOA is no longer about help. It's about power. It's about influence. It's about either you align with our values, either you align with our beliefs, either you do what we want or we punish you. So the big question is, for how long will Africa bow down? For how long will we allow access to markets to control our politics, our value, our future? Truth be told, AGOA has really helped our continent. It has created a lot of jobs. It has boosted exports, but it should not be used as a tool of manipulation. This is why I believe Africa must invest in itself, in regional trade, in African industries, in African markets, in African unity. Because we are rich, we are talented, we are creative, we are capable, we don't lack resources, we lack independence. And until we fix that, AGOA will never be freedom. It will always be a leash. So here is my perspective. AGOA has benefit. It has benefited us, and it continues to benefit us in some way. But now, as long as we're depending on others, we will always be vulnerable. And the real solution is not better deals. The real solution is creating a united, a confident Africa. And that's my take on this story. If you care about understanding global issues from an African point of view, then this is your channel. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, also share it with someone who needs to hear this conversation. My name is Wangari Njuguna, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.